Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a Ryker newbie. This week I went on a curvy road that I had been on before, but it feels completely different. I was comfortable, I was confident, and really enjoyed the ride. So I'm going to share with you what was different about this ride from before. Stay tuned! Today I revisited a route with a lot of curves I practiced on when I first started riding. I remember I had been so anxious that my eyes darted between the posted speed sign and my speedometer all the time because I didn't know how to judge if my speed was okay. Well, today's ride felt completely different. I now have some riding habits that allows me to take those curves with confidence and with enjoyment, not needing to feel anxious. So I want to share with you what those new habits are that allows me to really enjoy these rides. The top habit that really helps me is looking through the curve. I'm sure we all know this, right? But knowing to keep your eyes to the end of the curve is different from actually doing it. So what I have actually done is now I make a habit of pointing my chin to the end of the curve. So when I point my chin to the end of the curve, that brings my eyes to that end of that curve and give me also good peripheral vision all around. So I'm not just merely moving my eyes towards it, I literally point my chin towards the end of the curve. That forces me to really attend to all the ground that is between me and the end of the curve. And that allows me to feel whether the speed I'm entering the curve is sufficient so that I know to throttle down and slow down. And when I'm comfortable, then I either maintain throttle or I increase throttle slightly to take that curve comfortably. You want to be at the appropriate speed upon entering the curve so that when you are inside the curve, you are either maintaining throttle or increasing throttle slightly. And the reason for that is because your tires can only either grab the ground to maintain traction through a curve or brake. So as a four-wheel car driver, I often brake when I'm inside the curve, but as a motorcyclist, I'm told that that's not the ideal riding practice because then your tires are not necessarily grabbing the ground and giving you the traction that you want. So in order to have the best traction during a curve, you really want to be at a comfortable speed upon entering the curve. And forcing my eyes to the end of the curves allows me to have integrated information about my speed, the sharpness of the curve, and allows me to adjust my speed so that I am comfortable upon entering the curve. The second habit I've developed is letting my left arm lead the steering. Now, this may be just specific to me. Those of you who have been following me know that I had a huge problem with death grip when I first started riding. And by death grip, I mean that I was holding on to the handlebars so tightly with such tight grip that it was actually influencing my throttle control unbeknownst to me. So I really worked on isolating my right wrist so that I have very conscious throttle control. So as part of doing that, I let my left arm lead the steering so that it guides the pushing and the pulling that needs to be done to make it through those curves. So that for me allows me to focus my right hand's job on throttle control so that my right hand is throttle control and my left hand is steering. That helps me pay more attention to the throttle control that I'm doing with my right hand. So since I've been able to isolate my right wrist and be conscientious about throttle control, I have had no more turn fails like I showed in the previous video. The third habit I have developed is using my body weight to assist the turn by leaning into the curve. So this is different from a two-wheel motorcycle. Our Rykers and Spyders do not lean. So that means that when you're turning or making a curve, there's a force that throws your body outwards, and you counter that centrifugal force by leaning into the curve. By putting your body weight into the inside part of the curve, that gives you better control over steering so that you can pull and push your handlebars a lot more easily. And the more or the tighter you need to turn, then the more you lean or you throw your weight into the curve to assist that steering. Our Rykers and Spyders are different than two-wheel motorcycles. These are different machines. We need a slightly different set of skills and habits. So those are the 3 habits that I now have that help me take turns and curves comfortably. Pointing my chin to the end of the curve, let my left arm lead the steering, and using my body weight to assist. If you're also a newbie, I hope you find what works for you. Thank you for coming along with me on today's ride. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. Ciao and ride safe!